I grew up in the Southern California Conference, and I went around going through all these churches. My parents were involved in a lot of the music in the churches, and I heard a lot of musicians here in this area. But then when I went to school in the La Sierra Loma Linda area, I felt there was a great push among the young adults and the college students in the arts and the music, and there were open mics and there were praise nights going on, and everything was kind of connected and moving along. And then when I returned home, I still felt the talent among the individual churches, but I didn't feel any connections among them. Everyone felt a little separated and interspersed. And so the idea with this event was to kind of bring people with their God-given talents, with their creative minds, and put them into one area so that they can share with one another, so they can collaborate, so they can network, so they can get to know each other, to kind of support one another and to encourage one another in what they do.
Converge came about really as a way to build community through the churches, within different youth from different areas throughout the conference. We wanted to really create a community because we're here in our different churches, but we all have something special when we're together, and we wanted to really bring everyone together to worship.
And so I just came up with this idea of an art and music festival. I brought it to some of my friends, and they felt that same need, and they wanted to make it happen. So our people really loved it and wanted to have more events like this. They were all asking, when's the next one going to happen? What other activities are you guys doing for the community? And so there were a lot of smiles that I saw, and that's probably what I appreciated most, was people coming and smiling and just appreciating one another. And building community is probably the most important thing of what we do and what we want to happen.
It's a great opportunity not only to show God's gifts in you, but to see how other people are using their gifts and to see if that can inspire them to be better for the next time.
The most powerful thing in a young adult relationship with Christ is actually intergenerational relationships. When they are at an event and they're not secluded from everyone else, but they have people from ages across the spectrum there together. And again, it just builds from that sense of community that we want to build.
Converge is really for everyone. We welcome everyone of all ages, and we want to fellowship and worship with the adult members, with the youngest members, and especially with the young adults too, but it's not just a young adult ministry.
I own a company called Toko Toko, and what we do is I work with women artisans from 2 villages in Indonesia, one from Central Java, and then the other one is from East Indonesia. And what we try to do is we try to do fair trade, so we pay them what they're supposed to make, because otherwise they make less than $1 a day. And the funds that we receive, we created two funds, education and healthcare. So that's what we're trying to bring to the villages. We're basically applying ministries to our business.
This idea came about being in the Adventist University, where there's a big population of creative and inspired minds. And so being able to bring this back home and to have it at a local church, this could be at my church, this could be at your church, it could be at anyone's church, but we need to be more community-minded and we need to be more inspired with what we do.
The gifts that people use to create art were given to them by God, and I think that God wants us to use them to glorify Him. So it seems like it may be just art, or it may not be spiritual in some people's minds, but God has given people gifts, creative gifts, to be able to glorify Him.
And you're going to push down, like this is kind of, but there'll be at an angle so it's not going like this, it's like this. Get it? As the wheel spins, but the wheel...
We actually had a community engagement profile done, and one of the top needs in the community, one of the top wants in the community is more arts and more creative, inspired events in the community. And so this is one way we can engage the community in that way.
Especially when we started, we had a 10-week series in the summer, and college students were off and they had the summer open, so they really came to our programs, and we wanted to gear it toward them because they had that time and they were home. But it's not just for them. We want to welcome all church members.
So this year we have fine arts from all over the spectrum. We have people who paint on canvas, people who paint watercolors. We have natural photographers coming in. We have a local academy coming in and bringing the ceramic wheels so people can try and experience that. We have singer-songwriters coming in sharing some of their original music. We have a choir coming in and we're going to love to hear their angelic voices. We have an original film showing by a filmmaker at this church actually, and so we're looking forward to that as well.
I think to all the artists out there who are interested in Converge, I say you should come next time and check it out, because you will meet some of the most amazing people. You will see great artists, and it's a lot of fun too. You get to show off a little, but glorify God by using your talents.
Not only did God give us creative gifts, but He Himself is a creative God, and I think that He wants us to reflect that part of His character.
Painting enables me to, it's an outlet for me. It enables me to slow down and relax my mind. It enables me to just connect with whatever I'm creating. And once I put down my paintbrush, it's just me and the canvas.
We can have these events in the local churches, whether it's mine, whether it's yours, whether it's anyone's. We can push community in ways that we have not experienced before.
I'm from the Bay Area, and when I heard about this from a friend, the drive didn't bother me. I enjoy driving anyway, and the fact that we were coming out here for something like this drew me even more to come. So distance wasn't an issue.
The youth are eager to get involved and eager to do things, and I think that it's really beautiful when the church will empower them with the ideas that they have. And so I've seen that those of us who have been able to get involved with this have not only been able to bless the community and the different members of our church, but we've been blessed ourselves. And so being empowered to take forward these ideas has really been a blessing.